Welcome to Positive Passion's latest art show. Here we've got the photography of Barbara Rackel on display, gracing our walls and our space here at Positive Passions. Introducing Barbara.
Hello.
Welcome, Barbara. Thank you so much for coming and joining us here and adding your beautiful expression of self into our space. And the topic and the theme of this art show is fertility. And Barbara, I'd love for you to let me know, introduce me to this concept of fertility that we've got gracing our walls. What does fertility mean to you?
All right. Oh, Celeste, this is huge to me. First of all, I'm going to show you the result of fertility. This is what I call my locking bookmark, which generally will not lose its place once it's locked.
Beautiful.
I would like to read to you something that I wrote. First of all, I would really like to thank you from the bottom of my heart for this opportunity. I'm deeply honored, Celeste. So I wrote this on Family Day, February 15th, 2021. And it was a most fitting day, Family Day, fertility. Well, when you had asked me to describe fertility, Celeste, I thought it was going to be an easy answer. I mean, sperm, egg, baby making, fertility, right? Well, I was right, and yet I was wrong at the same time. The bubble photography, which produced the fertility look, was my first time back at taking pictures since having a benign tumor removed from my skull. And it was an exercise for my brain and motor skills, as the recovery was akin to a nasty concussion. And then I had to describe fertility to you, and that is where I struggled. What do I say? So instead of trying to find the words at the time, I allowed myself time to heal and wrote down all of my scrambled thoughts for the future for now, and there's probably this many pages of scrambled thoughts. I allowed ideas to flow within my mind for the future, for when my brain wanted to cooperate with my spirit again. And that is the mere idea of fertility. It is a willingness of the heart, the soul, the brain, and the body to continue to create in all forms. It is being receptive to the precept of the concept, and it is infinite. And out of my fertile brain, locking bookmarks were created. What I have at Celeste's fine establishment are the first of my children. And each one is unique in its own way. It has its own personality and its own gift. And each one taught me what my next generations are going to be looking like. So my message to you is to remain fertile in any and all for as long as the vessel you are in allows you, as what you create will live on. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Barbara, would you show us how those locking bookmarks work and
I certainly will.
And talk a little bit about what that means to you.
Well,
They've got great function, by the way.
thank you. It's come back quite well. So my locking bookmarks are a way to lock your book so that you don't lose your bookmark or your page, if you have it in your purse or wherever. This represents the egg. This represents the sperm getting together and creation. And they lock within your book, keeping your pages
Exactly where they need to be. And they hold your book closed. That's what I loved about it,
yeah,
too.
they wrap
Is
right around your book. You put, one moment, and I'll show you.
While you're doing that, I'm just going to zoom in on
Sure.
some of your pieces. Coming back.
Okay, so you put the bookmark in the book with the opening. Bring the ribbon around the front. Put it through the opening. Put the bookmark back in the book. Pull tight. And your
Brilliant.
book is closed. Now, if it's too small to hold the book this way, you just have to put it in this way, sideways, and it will still hold your book closed.
Beautiful.
So, that is the first of my fertility children from 2020 and
Beautiful.
2021.
So I'd also like to talk a little bit about your, I don't know what we would call her, but I'd like to talk about Blue. I
That's
would
what I
like
call
to
her.
talk about your expression
I would
named
love-
Blue.
I would love to talk about Blue.
Tell me a little bit about her.
Blue is a concept of mine for voice. When I first painted her black and white, but something was missing. She lacked expression. She was just a head. And then I thought, you know, I'm going to try blue. What do we have the most problem with? And that is voice and speaking our truth. And blue represents our truth. Here she is drinking the elixir of truth. And here her spirit angel is giving her the jewel of voice. Blue has 3 or 4 more photo shoots coming up. She's undergoing a transformation. And I'm excited to share her because she really, really speaks for fertility, for truth, for voice, and for all of us in our journeys of life.
How true. So now let's move over here.
Talk about hijinks.
Let's talk about hijinks.
I did hijinks 20 or almost 20 years ago, 19 years ago. He's actually another product of fertility, and I hadn't realized it at the time. Hijinks is done completely in pointillism. It is all dots. He took me approximately 6 months, and I'm pretty sure there's over 1 million dots in there. This is a print of the original, and what he represents is the freedom to be yourself and take your journey to where you feel you need to.
Now, do you have prints available?
I have, this print is available, and I have 3 unframed smaller prints that are available here.
Beautiful. So now we've got this beautiful picture of, tell me, what is this?
Birch bark, and the piece of birch that I took a picture of is approximately 1 inch long, and birch again represents life, fertility, creativity. So
Yes.
I thought it was important to bring this one in. This is called Birch Offerings.
Mm-hmm. Birch is good
It's
medicine.
one of my favorites.
Okay, so show me your cards, Barbara.
Absolutely. So, these particular cards are textured. As you can see, I love to take pictures of animals, birds, flowers,
Let's see
bugs
the
on
texture
flowers.
it.
Let's see if we can get you some
Yeah,
texture.
there's some texture there.
All right.
It's beautiful.
And the last one is Light Lavender
Oh,
Lunch.
it's one of my favorites.
I will have samples sent to Celeste, as there will be more choices. They will be on her website. That's Angus McGangus, this little squirrel that lives in my neighborhood that comes to visit for peanuts.
Oh, hi Angus.
He's such a sweetheart.
So tell me about your water droplets and
All right, this is Turtle Power. Again, turtles represent fertility.
does it ever look like a turtle?
He really does. I was so shocked and so pleased when I saw the results of this one.
And then we've got this beautiful one down here that is it's a picture within a water droplet on a tell me about this one.
All right, this is a picture of the flower on the flower petal that I put the water drop on. What you're seeing is the flower, the actual flower that is shown in the
Beautiful.
job.
And some more flowers. I really love this one. I love the colors of
So
it.
do I. Thank you.
And the texture, and it's just...
Thank you.
And here's another beautiful water droplet. This one is, again, another one of my favorites. I love the color tones, the purples and the greens. I love the flow. What is this one called?
Thank you. This one is actually called Perpetual Flow.
Uh-huh.
And I entered it in a contest at the exhibition approximately 3 years ago, and I won honorable mentions.
Well, I guess you did.
I was very stoked. This was my first entry ever in a competition.
And that leads to this.
That leads to bartender, pour me another.
And we've got Fertility because we've got this initial photo being used to create another one.
Exactly. Yes, and prints will be available on canvas for both of these.
Okay.
This one is also available in sepia,
Okay.
so that you can put them on your wall in the
Matching.
same tones.
Yes.
And it looks wonderful. I have it at home.
Awesome. Okay, now tell me about this beautiful, chaotic
This is a
masterpiece.
picture of me, actually, a painting I did of me when I was going through a dark period and I wanted to release myself from the pain of childhood traumas. I decided that nobody was going to define me but me. And this is me breaking out of my shell.
Yes.
And prints, this particular piece here is not available, but prints are. I also have 2 in the store that are on sale.
So all of these pieces that you've seen here are available in store here at Positive Passions, online at positivepassions.com, and here in Saskatoon we do have free curbside delivery, so you can have your art piece delivered to you personally. And Barbara, tell the audience, please, how else they can get in contact with you.
All right, you can find me on Facebook at Barbara Rackel Photography and Art, and on Instagram at Rackel Barbara. All my other contact information is there. And you can also, well, as Celeste said, order through her store. I will be sending her more pictures to offer on her website throughout the month.
Beautiful. So not only do we have what you see here of Barbara's beautiful pieces of art available, but you will be able to find more of her artistic expressions online on her purchase page. Go and shop positivepassions.com or stop in 716 2nd Avenue North here in Saskatoon. positivepassions.com.